Hello, bright and shiny beacons of light. I'm Michael Sandler, your host on Inspire Nation. Behind me, of course, I have Rue, who is having a little bit of a late night snack. He's up on his perch. He got up there early and he said, I am ready to go, Daddy. We're going to have fun tonight. We are going to talk about how to bring you more hope into your life, or specifically, what the guides or your angels are saying about bringing you hope at this time. And it's a really interesting time. First off, we did a survey, and Aya is going to post the link to the survey here. We'd love you to take it if you haven't done so before. What guests you want to see on the show, what topics you want on the show. We did a survey and found that a lot of people are feeling a lack of hope at this time. And I really dove deep into my automatic writing and was asking, how do we find hope if we feel a lack of it? And that's where tonight's teaching came from, which I'm very excited to share. And we're going to have a hope-filled meditation at the end as well. But first, as you know, I like to share from story. I like to share from experience. I feel that's maybe the best way that we can learn. You think of us in olden times, we always had a campfire, elders. And we sat around the campfire and we talked story with the elders. And the elders shared with us by example how we get to do this dance we call being a human beingness. And so for myself, doing this dance, thank you, Rue, for kicking a few seeds my way. Let me back up. Christmas time seems to kick our butt historically, Jessica and myself. I say historically because I want to focus on writing a new chapter in our lives. This year we'd gone through 3 miscarriages. We had twins on board, and Jessica, how does it get any better than this? We had named them already. Actually, we called them in. We had 2 dolls before we even got pregnant, which is Hana and Miraku. Miraku stands for miracle. And we were calling in our baby girls. On December 21st, 2021, we were told we had an emergency visit at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. And they did an ultrasound. They had one person take a look. They had another person. I guess they had a whole team behind a closed glass. It was almost like, I don't know, a scene out of a criminal movie where they interrogate people and then people are watching behind the glass. Then they took us into a room, and the most brilliant doctor, who was the leading doctor in this country of twin transfusion syndrome. I'll stutter a little bit as I do this. And she's the leader in twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome, came in, and it turned out our babies had twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome and a second condition. And she said, I'm sorry, I can't give you both of your girls. Well put, Rue. This is a show about hope. At that moment, I had practiced, or before that moment, we had both practiced a lot of what I'm going to teach you here tonight. And thank God we had, because I don't know how we would have made it through that time without it. In fact, we were told we could either have emergency surgery to save one, or if we let things go, the odds were exceptionally high we were going to lose both. And we were so on the razor's edge that baby Hana, so far historically, I'm very careful about my words, has been shown to need a heart procedure after she's born in a few weeks. Because we practice what I'm teaching here tonight, we were able to dive down, get into a more centered place. As you can imagine, you could be completely knocked off center in this situation, just as you can be completely knocked off center by what you're going through right now. And instead, we were able to stay grounded We asked for a few minutes alone, Jessica and I. We discussed it. We asked a few more questions with the doctor, and then we went for it. And thank God it saved baby Hannah's life. And I was fortunate enough to be there and to see baby Miraku go back up. Wow. I have a ring on that she told me to wear. She comes through in automatic writing. And I don't know if you can see it right there. It's got, can you see that there? Maybe? No? It's a white rabbit. And she said to wear the white rabbit until she's back. Wear a ring with a white rabbit. Oh, we got to be able to get that in better focus. I guess not. But to wear the white rabbit until she comes back, which is what I'm doing. Hope is a technology. It's a technology that's best practiced when one leads it least. It'll take me a minute to get my tongue back after what I've been sharing. And I've got to say, while baby Miraku went back to the other side, she had come through specifically this time to help Hannah be here. And this was Hannah's third attempted incarnation with us. We'd had 3 miscarriages, 2 with her, 1 we're convinced with a boy. And baby Miraku is queued up. We are we're 4 days away from moving down just outside of the hospital for a due date that's only 10 or so days away. I believe it's a week from Friday or so. Because of the hope we were given, we're actually really, really excited. So it does sharing the story, and it's all story. So I get to leap past the story to the positives here, because we don't want to fix ourselves in any negative story, something to watch for. And I do see huge positives here, huge positives. Baby Hannah's on her way. She's already here. How does it get any better than this? Miracle, I'm convinced she'll get her chance. How does it get any better than this? The boy, I'm convinced he'll get his chance. Does that mean 3? Up to Jessica, up to universe. How does it get any better than this? Hope is a technology best practiced when one needs it least. In that way, it's ready for when you need it most. In other words, so when the dark night of the soul happens, hope is there. That's what we're talking about. And I want to teach you this technology. And the guides want to teach you this technology tonight. So I'm going to teach you how to do this, how to practice getting in this state of hope, how to practice being imbued, filled with this state of hope. And then be sure to stay tuned stay tuned. I will get it tonight. Please forgive me. I'm a little tongue-tied once we start talking about these things. I'll ground here. But be sure to stay till the end for a beautiful angels and guides hope-filled meditation. With that said, let's shed some new light on what hope is. Hope is not a thing. Hope is a frequency. Sort of like you just saw me go quiet. This is my way of grounding, of bringing my energy back in, because I know that I transmit a frequency. And after what I just shared, if I transmit this blah, 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 frequency, you will at some point click off going blah, 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 blah. If instead I go like this and ground, I help ground you as well. That's a frequency. You do not have or not have hope. You do not have or do not have hope. For hope is not a thing. Again, it's a frequency. What does this mean? You're either bathing in this frequency or you're not. Now, the simplest way to get in this frequency is to dive into it, is to bathe into it. So in automatic writing, and usually I have my book on me, so let me grab my automatic writing here. There we go. Yo. And this is not an evening talking about automatic writing per se, but in automatic writing, you listen to the frequency. For guided meditations, you listen to a frequency. For hope, of course, there are ways you can get into this frequency. Going outside gets you into this frequency, particularly around nature, something breathtaking. Going to your angels and guides, going to the movies, going to uplifting movies, going to uplifting music. There's a resonance, there's a frequency, sort of like there's a resonance and frequency to the forest. There's a term called forest bathing, practiced predominantly in Europe, also in Japan. The more time that you spend in the forest, it's cumulative, and you begin to feel much, much better. We positioned ourselves just after, I'm not going to put it as losing, because she's coming back. Actually, she's here in my automatic writing. After Miraku transitioned back, we wanted to bring ourselves to a very hope-filled place. And so we found this beautiful home on the largest lake in New Jersey. For there is something akin to forest bathing, nature bathing. You can actually practice nature bathing in your house. You can do it with water fountains. You can do it with pictures on the wall. You can do it with incense, with chimes, in whatever way brings nature and brings a frequency back to you. For it builds up hope. You can do it through the movies you watch, the stories you read. There are so many ways to tune into this frequency. It's interesting. The guides would say, we know, Michael, that you didn't want to teach tonight about watching movies to get into a state of hope. You want to talk about how interdimensional beings can help you get into the state of hope. But if you recognize that everything is a frequency, then everything can help shift your energy to put you in a more hope-filled state. In other words, the reason I call hope a technology is it's all contagious. That's one of the challenges that we have right now, is a challenge of following the news, the negative, worthless stimulation, or social media, which all studies now show, particularly internal studies show, brings you down. But there are other things that are just as addictive that bring you up. I watched for a few minutes just before this Secret Life of Walter Mitty, perhaps my all-time favorite movie, the newer version. I watched a little bit earlier today, skipping through some tough spots of Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump, which also was incredibly uplifting. Bathe yourself in the energy of positive contagions. Now, we are talking about guides tonight. So let's talk about one more positive contagion. Actually, we're going to talk about a bunch tonight. And that is calling in your guides or calling in your angels. For the very act of reaching out for help shifts your frequency. The very act of reaching out for help shifts your frequency. Yeah, but what if I'm desperate? What if I'm scared? What if I'm, help me? Actually, I did that on purpose. I need like a slow-mo. Help me. What you're doing is your frequency is going up to meet your guides or angels, which will pull you up. Somebody wrote earlier today, Michael, how about having a show on the difference between angels, guides, and higher dimensional beings and ETs? Short answer is they're all higher dimensional beings, all here to help us. There's so much more to it. Labels less important than the fact that beings further along the journey are here to support us and to support you. They've already been through this state. Now, since we're talking about state, the act of going, help me, is about putting yourself in a state of intention or intentionality. That's a big part of this technology, is intention. Is intention a frequency? Yes, every bit as much so as the music you're listening to. Intention is a frequency, every bit as much as the music you listen to or the voice that I'm speaking to you with, which is certainly a frequency, and I play with it and I modulate it and I change the amplitude and I change the energy and I attenuate or I amplify to help build your energy up. So intention is a frequency. Mary Fire just donated a frequency. We call it money. Thank you so much, Mary. But it is a frequency. And actually, her donation hits me. And because of the intention of love, thank you so much, Mary, it boomerangs right back to Mary. So Mary is feeling so good right now. I know it, Mary. I know it. I know it. I know it. How does it get any better than this? Everything is a frequency, just as Mary is demonstrating. Intention is a frequency just as much as music, which means there is a brainwave state to intention. This is where it gets really cool. Tonight, we're going to deal with a lot of technology and brainwave stuff and higher dimensional stuff. Cool stuff that's rarely talked about when it comes to hope. We're just told, have hope. How do I do that? If I'm feeling like I got the blues, or I feel like hiding under the table, what do you mean just have hope? That's like saying have faith. What does that even mean? Believe in what you want me to believe just because you want me to believe it? I've gone to church, I've gone to temple, I've got the Native American ceremony. Have faith. What does that mean? Get in a brainwave state. Now you're talking about something I can relate to. Now you're talking about something that is anchored in physics rather than in what appears to be la la land. So there is a frequency, a brainwave state that you vibrate at to intentionality and to hope. So the question that I ask is, has this brainwave been determined yet? I asked the guides, has it been determined? So we've had on many times in the show, Dr. Andrew Newberg. And in fact, he has been, was interviewed for this book, Awe, the Automatic Writing Experience. And we talked about the brainwave state of automatic writing. Brainwave state of automatic writing is theta. It is this highly creative, grounded state plugged into spirit. So what about intentionality and what about hope? There is theta and there is also gamma. Gamma is this super high frequency. We talked about, there's an energy healer we had on a while ago, Bill Bankston, who manages to flip images through his mind so quickly that he grounds himself in a theta state and a gamma state at the same time. That's what hope and intentionality are. They are connecting the lower level states and the higher level states simultaneously. Actually, that's kind of how all of life works. You've heard of the Hermetic expression, as above, so below. And it actually goes much deeper than that, certainly as below, so above. What this means is when we vibrate at several frequencies at the same time, it's like reaching your hand up to the heavens and having a hand reach down from the heavens and pull you up even further. When you get to this state through intentionality, there's a direct link between hope and intentionality. When you get to this state, you radiate energy up above, it radiates energy back down below. Mary just demonstrated this. It's kind of cool, Mary. Thank you for your donation, of course. Thank you for your timing. She radiated energy at me, and it pulsed right back to her. I love you, Mary. I love everyone here. When you go with intentionality and you radiate up, it radiates back down. When it comes back down, you radiate it back up, and it becomes self-radiating, up and down and up and down and up and down. And welcome to the Mystic Circle B-Maze. There's a link button below, a join button, where I put up daily videos, snippets of interviews, behind the scenes goodness, meditations, all sorts of cool stuff. Becoming a member of the Mystic Circle. There's a join button down below. In other words, the state of hope is self-radiating. The trick is simply to get it started. We went out to our RV, beautiful RV. We're selling it because we're having a baby. And we're going to get something smaller to truck around a little bit. So we went out to our RV to sell it this weekend, and it wouldn't get started. And it's interesting. There's a generator on it that can generate all the electricity it needs if you have enough electricity to get the generator started. Once you can get enough electricity to get the generator started, then the generator can create enough electricity to keep the generator going. It's self-radiating. And unfortunately, the batteries had been left on, and it wasn't so self-radiating. But that's okay. It will all work out. That's actually it. It will all work out. Even if we're facing challenges, especially if we're facing challenges, if we know there's a brainwave state we can get to. The more that you know that there's a brainwave state, the more that radiates back to you, the more it radiates back to you, the easier it is to get into this brainwave state. Michael, are you saying that awareness is half of what it takes to have hope again? Yes, absolutely. Hope is so much closer than you think. That's why the expression exists. And hopefully after tonight, you'll understand the physicality behind it. Of it's always darkest before the dawn. It's always darkest before the dawn. The reason is just before the dawn is when you're figuring out how to get the generator going, and then boom, you're radiating a higher frequency. That bounces back to you, that bounces back up, and away it goes. How do you kick this generator into gear? Do we have jumper cables, anyone? Yes, we do. The jumper cables, I wish I had some jumper cables on me right here. The jumper cables are reaching out and feeling a higher dimensional presence. The more that you reach out for a higher dimensional presence, call it angels, call it guides, call it ET, call it grandma on the other side, call it Miracle, who's certainly not just on the other side, by my side, or a pet on the other side. The more that you reach out and feel the presence on the other side, the more confident you feel, the better you feel, the more resilient you feel. And here's that feedback loop. The more resilient you feel, I feel there's a little hope. The more that you call them in, the more that you call them in, the more resilient that you feel. The more resilient you feel, you get the point. The more that you call them in. So the question is twofold. One is a question of kindling. How do we get the generator going? How do we create the spark to ignite the fire of resilience and intentionality? Two, the chicken and the egg. So I'm not just going to say rah, rah here tonight. I'm going to give you some specific tools you can use. So for kindling, for starting this fire, your job is very simple. Yeah, join the School of Mystics. Simpler than that. Your job is to start a hope journal. A hope journal. This is a journal to remind you you're not alone and that there are beautiful forces taking place in your life to remind you you're not alone. Beautiful forces in your life to remind you you're not alone. So what does this mean? I want you to grab a journal. Oh, I forgot to put one on the desk here tonight. There's a lot going on as we're moving in for 4 or 5 days to have our baby. How does it get any better than this? It's also a little bit interesting that we're moving in only 4 or 5 days, but how does it get any better than this? So for your hope journal, you write down any synchronicity that takes place in your life, large or small. I'm driving down the road yesterday. I'm talking to Jessica, and I'm saying, we'll take action on blah, blah, blah once we get a sign from the universe. In front of us, immediately, a police cruiser appears and the lights flip on. Not at us. It's coming the other direction. I said, when a sign appears, hello, the lights start going off. You take note of it. When you say something and it appears, that's a synchronicity. Write it down. When you think about an angel and you see a feather appear, take note. Write it down. Getting the idea? It's a lot you're going to be writing down. Start writing down each and every time you see a synchronicity, each and every time you get repeating digits, each and every time you think about a friend and they call you. Earlier today, so there are 2 books that I'm going to be working on coming up. And I have a publisher who wants to work with me on both of them. And I said very specifically that if you can help me find the editor that will help put these books together in the most beautiful, easiest way possible, how does it get any better than this? Then I am game and would love to work with you. So I was thinking about this earlier today, and I'm going, it's been a few weeks. I should get in touch. I feel like I should get in touch with the editor. Or excuse me, with the publisher. I clicked my email. Lo and behold, my publisher had written and said, we believe we found you the perfect editor. How does it get any better than this? More importantly, I thought about it. So you live in a magical world. I don't just live in a magical world. You live in a magical world. Everything is completely interconnected. I thought about it and it appeared. And so I'm writing it down. You think about a particular friend, they call you out of the blue. You got to get it down. This is your hope journal, because you can thumb back through this thing and get excited about each and everything you see and experience in each and every time that you read this. What happens when you get excited? You reach a different vibrational state, a frequency of hope. It's a hope journal because as you get excited about all of the frequencies that you've embedded inside of it, you are creating hope. Now, you can go to your guides, you can go to your angels, you can go to spirit, and you can say, take a sip of water, hold on. You can say, give me a sign, and they will. It's kind of fun. Ask your guides, ask your angels for signs. They love providing them. It's cool. Get them written down. Now, does the subconscious play a role? Does it want to act like a Debbie Downer, dumbing down the frequency? Yeah. Your subconscious mind wants to say the world is as it is. It won't change. Don't get up hope because it'll only be crushed. And I'm here to protect you by keeping you small. This is also ego speak. But no matter how small your ego wants to kill you, no, to keep you, there's a Freudian slip. No matter how small the ego wants to keep you. Angels, spirits, guides, synchronicities, inner wisdom, whatever you want to call it, higher dimensional beings still come through. Synchronicities still sneak in, even for the coolest heart, even for the die-hard skeptic. And yes, there's another way you can put it. The guides called it the die-heart skeptic. Even for the die-hard skeptic, the one who is resonating as much as possible out of vibration with one's heart. Getting the idea? Tonight is about frequency, not being out of heart coherence, out of vibrating in frequency with your heart. But even for this die-hard skeptic, synchronicities sneak through. They always get through. It's not that you're suddenly going to get 443 or 445, but you're going to get 444. The angels are all around you. 111. You are in perfect divine connection with the universe. 555. Abundance is yours. 999. Pure life itself. 888, the infinity of the universe and ultimate manifestation. These will all sneak through, usually 111 or 444. They sneak through because higher dimensional beings, guides, angels, again, whatever you want to call it, are always here, always wanting to give you hope. The trick is you get to write them down. It may even be that something I say tonight, quite common for everybody, something I say tonight, you may go, oh my God, I was just thinking, and Michael said it. It's coordinated on the other side for your behalf. I am kind of like the marionette here. All of our strings are being pulled to put us in just the right situations with just the right people at just the right time, to remind us we're not alone, to bring us hope. So write them down. Now going to the chicken and the egg. This is the point. No matter how cold, no matter how much you don't believe they come through, they still do. Your guides still come through because they are always here. It's interesting. I said the guides still come through, and then Brenda B gave the most amazing donation. How does it get any better than this? Love you, Brenda. How does it get any better than this? They all come through, and Brenda comes through. Woohoo! They will always sneak in, for your guides are always here. Now, yes, you do have the ability to block your free will. Or block your guides, block your angels. You have free will. However, your angels and guides are smarter than you. Okay, I don't know about smarter than you. They're smarter than me. They're vibrating at a much higher frequency. So you can be all the Debbie Downer you want. I'm in a funk. I don't see anything. I don't hear anything. It's not there. Can't make me see it. You can't make me hear it. We've all been there. Actually, we've been there to the extent, I've been there to the extent that I would get pissed off if the angels and guides come through going, I'm not ready to hear that because I want to marinate in my own pity party. It's not your fault. It's something we've been gifted, but I do not want you being disempowered by you, by the voices that are in your head, by the voices that aren't even yours. We live in a world that is the most disempowering, perhaps, that has ever existed on earth, at a time to help us to rise above it. So you're in Debbie Downer mode. You're going, there's no such thing. There's no hope. The angels or guides or ETs or higher dimensional beings, giant cheeseburger in the sky. Meowsers, you are not asking for food right now. They have forsaken me, and my kitty cat is going to terrorize me. This will be interesting. He has just been fed before the show. You hear that sound? That is the sound of Sir Meowser saying, it was not enough, Dada. I need more, and I need it now. Oh, Sir Meowsers, I am not going to feed you during the show when you have perfect food. Okay. I am a little bit of a pushover for my pets. He doesn't just have one food. He doesn't just have two foods. He has 3 different foods out with a plethora of different treats on each food. And yet, because he knows he can get my attention right now, he is going to ask for more. But we can actually relate this back. Just as much as there's a frequency to Sir Meowser's asking for food, there is a frequency to your guides, to your angels, to get your attention, even when you're choosing to ignore it. Your guides have the ability to throw a song on the radio. We've all heard that. Oh my God, I can't believe that this song just came on. Or you listen to the words of the song. Don't give up hope. I don't know what song. I've been doing lately is I've been writing down the music that I hear in the middle of the night when I wake up, got to use the bathroom. And each and every time there's a song in my head that has specific meaning. They'll throw a song on the radio. They'll throw a song in your head. Or they'll throw a giant billboard before you. I remember in California when we were working on figuring out how we were going to get this most amazing RV setup to travel with. And we drove from the high desert down through Palm Springs, headed toward LA. And there's this giant billboard that said, "You can do it." And that's all it said. I'm like, woohoo, thank you. You might even see a license plate in front of you. Maybe it says you can do it. I remember there was one when we were traveling in Atlanta that was something very special. It was like 444 love or something. It was so divinated. Divinated meant put in the same place and time as us for a specific reason. Even when you're in Debbie Downer mode, spirit, angels, guides will reach out to you. So, what does this mean? It means listen, look. You go to the water cooler, you may hear something. On the radio, you may hear something. Even on this show right here, you may hear something. You don't have to worry about whether synchronicities will find you. They always do. It's simply setting the intention, frequency again, setting the intention to open up your awareness. In this case, opening up is like your third eye, opening up, expanding your awareness. That's what hope is too. Hope is awareness. There is a frequency, of course, and there is a recognition. There's a frequency of hope, and there's a recognition or awareness. And the two must coexist. Awareness, recognition, and frequency. If you are cold and need a fire for warmth, you need two, if not three things. We're talking about recognition, awareness, and frequency. For a fire, you need a divine spark. And you need kindling or something to burn. Of course, there's always a richer fuel as well, but for the moment, let's speak to both of these, meaning you have kindling and then you have, your heavier pieces of wood. So you need a divine spark and then you need kindling. Carolyn Egan, she just gave me the divine spark. How does it, thank you for your kind donation, Carolyn. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? All right, let's go to the divine spark. You have the divine spark. I've given you the tool. Your divine spark is your hope journal. Your hope journal for kindling needs awareness. Your hope journal gives you the awareness, gives you the recognition to help light the fire. And awareness trumps everything else. For if you set the intention, yes, you could be calling this kindling. If you set the intention and then you bury head in the sand, I'm not going to see anything. I'm not going to see anything. Then no matter how many synchronicities come up, there's nothing to ignite. You don't see them. They literally just float by them. You can't see them unless maybe they bit you in the butt. Actually, I stubbed my toe last night. The universe loves to speak to me with stubbing toes and things of that. They will find you. Almost no matter what. Certain. So like Patricia has just found me. So much love. 999, life and love itself. Thank you so much, Patricia. How does it get any better than this? When your head, thank you again, Patricia. When your head is in the sand from moving too fast, you can't see them. There's this urge. There's so much I want to share with you tonight. Do stay around for the meditation. There's this urge to talk really fast, to try to get all the information, to try to give it. Whoa. If we move too fast, we can't see the signs, the symbols, the synchronicities from the universe. I stubbed my toe really, really good last night. I stubbed my toe to the extent that there's still a little bit of blood, that I'm cleaning up today. Jessica has sent me on a hunt because it happened after dark. Just after I had put Rue to sleep in his bedroom, I caught my toe on the lip between one hardwood floor and another. Ow! And the angels, I asked this morning, angels and guides, why? Why did I stub my toe? Alicia Ford, who is truly an angel and guide herself here tonight, thank you so much for your kind donation. Received, transmitted, right back your way, Alicia. Thank you so much. How does it get any better than this? And thank you. I went into my automatic writing and I said, why? I'm doing the work. I'm listening. And I was conscious. I had just done a bunch of cleanup in Rue's room and I was leaving with a vacuum cleaner. I hadn't wrapped up the cord. Maybe that's it. I hadn't wrapped it up, but I was moving slowly because I had a cord in my hands and yet I still caught my toe. I went to the angels, went to my guides, went into my automatic writing, and they said, slow down further and further and further still. This is not about moving through space and time like a tortoise. No, it's about going slow enough that you can receive the vibration of hope itself. Because if you're moving too fast, whether through physical space or just the pace or space, physical pace walking or physical pace of your mind, you can't hear the frequency of hope. So to receive hope, we get to slow down our minds, to slow down to a different mental state. Again, we're talking about frequency. It is very hard to accept a frequency of hope when the mind has gone mad. When the mind has gone mad and I'm going like this and I've got to do this and I've got to do the other thing and I may have trubbed my toe and I've got to get to work and this person needs that and the other person... Let's do that. How about we do this a couple of times? Breathe in through the nose. In through the nose. One more time. In through the nose. It's interesting. I'm watching a video right now on my being able to guide Jessica through a natural childbirth. And a lot of it has to do with the exercises I'm teaching you because I've taught them for years of breathing in and breathing out or getting in a specific frequency or resonance. Your mind has a specific mental state created by what you ingest. Jill Mitchell, Mystic Circle member. Love you so much. Sending so much love your way, Jill. And to your sons, one here, one on the other side of the veil. Slowing down is a mental state created by what you ingest. What does this mean? It doesn't mean food. So Jill just wrote a beautiful message. That is ingesting something, and that is received, Jill, and is sent right back your way. We ingest energy in everything that comes into our lives, not just in food, not just in water. We're ingesting frequencies of everything around us. The radio has a frequency. The TV has a frequency. The podcast has a frequency. The movies, social media, the news, your phone calls, everything. Everything that takes all of your time has a frequency and can leave you. The image that I get in my head, and I get images from the guides all the time, is not a pretty ball of yarn. Picturing driving through Kansas with the signs for the largest ball of yarn. Jill Mitchell, 1111, one with the angels, one with the universe. Received, Jill, and sent right back your way. How does it get any better than this? The ball of yarn we get from everything we ingest tends to be knotted and tangled and messy and confused and leave us in a knotted, tangled, messy, confused state. In a knotted, confused, messy, tangled state, it is so hard to find hope. It is so hard to connect to anything. Why? Because in a messy, tangled, confused state, your ears don't have a chance to hear no thing. No thing is real. I had Betsy Chassie out here this week. She's the documentary filmmaker of What the Bleep Do We Know and Down the Rabbit Hole. And she's filmed me for a series of documentaries next year. Thank you, Betsy. How does it get any better than this? She was out here at the lake, and I was talking about how when you look at the water, there's a space before the water, trees, lawn, a dock. Then there's this space of no thing, water. And then with a lake, there's land on the other side. That no thing in the middle is what actually brings you the greatest peace. It's why looking across a field can feel so good, particularly, of course, a field of flowers. It can be looking at a forest from a distance or going to the Grand Canyon, one of the few places I've been that I looked at it and just cried, bawled, because I was looking at no thing. No thing is both a frequency and a space. It's actually also a brainwave state. No thing gives you the room to hear the divine spark. No thing gives you the room to hear from spirit. No thing gives you the chance to hear the synchronicities and that kindling spark of the universe. What do I mean, no thing? I mean, existing in a space where we're not running around like we have our head. Oh gosh, I can't say that with Rue here. You get what I'm about to say. Our natural state is one of beingness. Our natural state in this world is of anything but space. So, if we want to experience synchronicities, if we want to feel hope, if we want to bathe in this energy of the universe, then we get to imbibe the darkness. We flood ourselves with something. We get to now flood ourselves with no thing. Darkness, silence, peace, ease. Take just a couple seconds. Even just close your eyes, or even better yet, take the meaty part of your palm. Put it gently in front of your eyes for a minute. Rest your eyes for the briefest of moments. Michael, what in the world does resting your eyes have to do with hope? Everything. Because when you're bombarded with information, you have no space, you have no room to take in the hope that's all around. What does this mean? We have a choice. Either A, simply slow down, close the computer, sit, and B, to go into ritual or guided meditation or prayer or go specifically to your guides and angels. First, simply slow down. Secondly, go to ritual, ceremony, or meditation. When you call on your guides and angels, they can help you find the space. That's what we're talking about here. There is a frequency and vibration to space. Hold on one second. I think Rue wants back up. No. One more second here while I give him a treat. I made a photo book years ago. Haven't released it. Still get to do so. I used to have a lot of photos in various galleries, such as Boulder, had one in Germany, and one in Japan as well. Sunrise and sunset photography. And there was this book that I made that I haven't released yet. Someday I will, called Silence Speaks. And it was about that resonance and frequency, that space that you find in silence. And that space is what we need to find hope. So if you're going, I don't feel any hope, I feel lost, the last thing you want to do, correct me if I'm wrong, the last thing you want to do when you feel hopeless is go quiet. Instead, you want to take in everything that you can, hoping to feel better or feel numbed out or to find hope, when actually you need exactly the opposite. You need the space to feel hope. You need the space to see the synchronicities, to see the magic, to have something that you can put into your hope journal. So the first part is we need some time in no thing. The second part, super, super simple. Talk to spirit. Once the hope starts, once you see synchronicities each and every time, here's the rule. Jill put it best. Jill, thank you so much. Jill, actually, several donations tonight had these repeated digits. They're all blessed. They're all from spirit. Jill gives me a 1111. When 1111 comes up, stop, hit the brakes, go to prayer. It can be anything you like. When you're thinking about Billy Bob and Billy Bob calls you on the phone, wait, stop, go to prayer. When you're thinking about, well, if only I had a sign and a feather falls out of the sky or lights appear before you, hopefully not to say hi to you, hit the brakes, go to prayer. Bring things to spirit each and every time a synchronicity appears. Synchronicities, we confuse them as just coolness, or maybe the term is coolnosity. They're far beyond coolness. There's a message, really a conscious message. Hey, take action, contact spirit. There is an unconscious message, a download of energy. And then there's a request. Actually, it's a request for a request. Put your energy out there at this time to us. Bring us your prayer. Make it anything you'd like, but bring us your prayer. Now, key point. The universe does not understand negatives. This is such a key point. It's all a frequency game. And whatever you deliver to your messenger, you want delivered back to you amplified. So, how would this go? I'm trying to think of a good example having to do with water, and it is escaping me at the moment. If you say, help my illness go away, in some weird, twisted way of the universe, you amplify the message of illness. Help my illness go away affirms illness. Help my debt go away affirms debt. Help my loneliness go away affirms loneliness. What is the state that you desire to get into on the other side of this block? Help me feel incredibly healthy. Woohoo! Instead of help me have a pain-free. Oh, Hannah so far has been shown to need a heart procedure when she's born. Rather than help Hannah so she doesn't need a heart procedure, how about, even better, let's go to gratitude, which is a frequency. Thank you for Hannah's super healthy, happy heart. Super healthy, happy heart. Super healthy, happy heart. Super healthy, happy heart. Say that with me. Super healthy, happy heart. Super healthy, happy heart. Super healthy, happy heart. Super healthy, happy heart. Can you feel the frequency behind it? That's the prayer you want to bring. Because whatever prayer you put out there, you get the 111 immediately. Healthy, happy Hannah heart. Healthy, happy Hannah heart. Healthy, Hannah heart. Hannah heart. Healthy, happy Hannah heart. You can see there's fun to it. There's joy to it. Make it fun. We also don't know where we're moving because we rented this amazing home just to get us through childbirth. We don't know where we're moving after this or where we're going to purchase a home. So I can put out there, I get 111, I get 444. Thank you for a most amazing home, or most amazing home, a most amazing lake home, a most amazing mountain home, a most amazing lake and mountain home. Woohoo! You know, I like doing it to a beat. That one didn't quite work, or having poetry or prose to it, but you get the idea. Whatever message you put out there when you get the synchronicity will be brought back to you amplified from the frequency from which it was received. Amplified from the frequency from which it was received. Don't worry, you don't have to remember all the technical terms here tonight. Put out the positives, get the numbers in, write it down, put out your prayer request. So, if you say, sort of like we were saying earlier, I don't want to suffer anymore, that has a hard time making it through the amplification wash. I don't want blah, blah, blah. There's a frequency to it, and it's not looking pretty good. But if you say, I want to feel great, or even better yet, I feel great, I know I feel great, I feel better and better, or like the Rue mug. It's from Emile QA. I don't know if you can see that there or not. Every day in every way I get, there's somewhere in there. Every day in every way I get better and better. Every day in every way I get better and better. Thank you for my feeling great. Thank you for my feeling great. Feeling great, feeling great. Thank you for my feeling great. Now we're talking about it. Amplified, coming back to you, and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Now there's a feeling state and process that can be amplified and sent back to you by the angels tenfold, 100-fold, even more. That's the power of mind maps. It's the power of daydreaming, which is actually a very powerful manifestation process. That's how we use this hope as fuel. We see signs. You see the signs. The signs are sent to you. Signs are sent to you if you recognize them and toss them back. With thanks always helps. It makes you feel better as well. You get a sign, the lights go on, you go, thank you, and you put it out and you begin to feel better. Everything is frequency. So remember this. There's a powerful energy, amplitude. Oh, say this 10 times fast. There's a powerful energy, amplitude, and attenuation or amplification of gratitude. A powerful energy, amplitude, and attenuation or amplification of gratitude. And for this, there is a matching powerful energy, amplitude, and attenuation or amplification of hope. A powerful matching energy, amplitude, and amplification of hope. Now, I had to look up a few terms here. I looked up amplitude. This is the strength of your hope. I looked up attenuation. This is the loss of signal strength over time and distance. This is what happens when we don't focus on the hope. When we do, there is in essence a powerful amplification. When we get signs, symbols, synchronicities, and we don't pay any attention to them, our hope is attenuated. It is drained. In other words, you're always being gifted hope. It's what do you wish to do with it? Go to your guides, go to your angels, go to higher dimensional beings, dive into meditation each and every time. They'll give you more, they'll give you more, they'll give you more. But it also means start that hope journal today. Begin writing in it, looking for those signs, expecting to see those signs. And take the time in the silence. Shasta Helene Carr-Harris, thank you so much for your kind donation. Energy received, sent right back your way. Everybody who's made a donation tonight, everybody who's here tonight, you, my special friend, you're playing with energy. You're in a state of hope by giving your attention here, your awareness here, and I'm sending it back to you amplified. And it means, as challenging as it is, take time in the silence. Take time in the energy, the amplitude, and the amplification of non-beingness. This can be in meditation. We're going to do a beautiful one. At the end, I'm going to open up the questions in just a little bit. Then we're going to go into a meditation. It can be in meditation. It can be in taking 3 breaths. It can be staring off into space, or even in an exercise or running. Or for myself, when I go on to, now I love riding my bike outside, but because I got kissed by an SUV on Jessica's birthday this fall, and we have a baby on the way, I'm not allowed outside until we move out of New Jersey, outside on the bicycle. In this game Zwift, this video game where you literally are pedaling your bicycle, I can get into a state of non-beingness while pedaling. So we want to go into the space of non-space. Go into a space where the world doesn't creep back in. There between the worlds, there between the words, you will find spirit. Between the worlds and between the words, you will find spirit. Spirit is waiting for you. And it is there where you meet with spirit that magic will take place. For you live in a place of magic. You live in a place of pure potentiality. Your job in this place is very simple. Take the angels, take the guides, take the higher dimensional beings, take whatever you want to call it, your inner wisdom. Take this kindling and use it as fuel. You get one thing tonight. If you get nothing else, please start a hope journal. Please start a hope journal. But if you get nothing else, you get 111. Go to prayer. Use it as your kindling. Use it as prayer, fuel, and go to prayer. In other words, give spirit your hope. Give them your desire. Give them your love. And meaning give them a specific frequency of what you desire. Even as simply to feel a little, if not a lot better. But when you're struggling, when you're suffering, when you stub your toe, is stubbing a toe a synchronicity? Absolutely. That's angels getting your attention, bar none. Throw out that prayer and you will have it amplified 10-fold, 100-fold, or more. So before we go to questions, the guide said, let us address this desperation people are feeling right now. So you may be feeling desperation right now. They say to counter this desperation, while guides, while angels can't intercede, they can't interfere unless we ask them to. What they can do is throw down 100,000 feathers. Now I'm talking about the feather here. Well, it just so happens that is the theme in Tom Hanks' Forrest Gump movie. The simple white little feather. That's a synchronicity right now. Because of the desperation people are feeling, guides and angels, whatever we want to call them, higher dimensional beings, are throwing down more synchronicities and magic now than ever. That's why it's so important to start your hope journal. There are more synchronicities and magic appearing more than ever. In the darkness, there is even more light. So set the intention, set the attention. You must want this. I want to feel better. I want hope. I want signs from the universe. Want it. Look for it, and you will find hope. You will find magic. You will find synchronicities now more than ever all around you. And when you do, stop, drop, roll. Stop, drop, go to prayer. Stop, drop, put out a request. Stop, drop, and use that fuel to set you free. Use it as a fuel to pull out your prayers, to feel the energy of your prayers, to feel that knowing your prayers will work and your prayers will be heard. Because at this time, when you get a sign, when you get a symbol, when you get a synchronicity, they will be heard. They will come back to you amplified. I'm almost like getting to this level of yelling. Please forgive me. Amplified and on fire for your highest good and the highest good of all, or something better. Your guides, your angels love you. 1111111. They are always there. They are always with you. You are the divine. You are greatness. And they want you to be able, they want to help you in every way they can. So with that said, I'm going to take a sip of water, then let's open it up to some questions. Then let's dive into a beautiful meditation here. Okay. Mary, can our angels help us or speak to us in a past life regression? If so, how? This is a fun one, Mary, because a past life regression, is it led by angels? Is it led by guides? Is it led by higher dimensional beings? Does it come from here? So I'm talking to them right now going, where does a past life regression come from? Past life regression, you go into a hypnotic state or hypnotic trance, and you're guided to something. The question is, where are you guided to or by whom? So Mary, you are not guided, while on one level, you're guided by your hypnotherapist. On the other side, though, there is a team member working with your hypnotherapist to take you to a specific memory, lifetime, or event. That is our angels or guides speaking to us through memories. In other words, they're going to open up a memory. I've had past life regressions. And actually, I did a past life regression with everybody in the School of Mystics last week. And maybe some people write, well, you were there, Mary, in a past life regression. I say something as the hypnotherapist in this case. But then your angels and guides bring you to a specific event and show it to you for a reason. Because the picture is worth 1,000 words. And in past life regression, we don't just get a picture, we get a movie, we get a holographic lifetime that we're being shown. And the message lies within there. It doesn't have to be a booming voice. Now, in a past life regression, Mary, years ago, I did get the booming voice. I got the voice of me up on a hilltop. I got shown I'm up on a hilltop, but basically, I got told that I would be speaking before thousands and thousands of people up on a hilltop with thousands and thousands beneath me, as if up on a mountaintop, and I would be leading, guiding, and teaching people from this hilltop. I became a podcaster and a YouTuber and lived in Colorado up on a hilltop, up on a mountain for years, talking before thousands and thousands of people. That came out of that past life regression. Actually, it came out of multiple times going into a trance-like state and having them speak to me. So yes, they certainly can get your attention there. Veronica, what is shadow work? And can you ask the angels what star system I came from before I came to Earth? Veronica, that accuracy is not something that I would be very good at getting you. My apologies there. As for shadow work, and I'm hearing something about, see, I can't say on this. I hear Arcturian, but I can't say with even 0% accuracy of what I'm hearing is correct, Veronica, there. Shadow work is where you find the fears, you find the wounds, you find the patterns in your life, you find the inadequacies in your life, you find what triggers your ego. There's a lot of things that your shadow work is involved in. And instead of pushing it away, you go, wow, the good stuff, and you lean into it. Now, you lean into it with intentionality. You lean into it with frequency. But the shadow work is illuminating what's hiding in the darkness, which does help you to heal. So I think Sherry's question I covered last week on a vortex at home that a dog started to take notice of. I'm pretty sure I did cover that one last week. Patricia, I still have question if it's my own ego answering or if it's my guides. How do I discern? Can you change frequencies like you change a radio station? So, okay, how do I tell if it's my ego or if it's my guides? Feeling state, Patricia. Feel into it. So if it feels light, if it feels loving, if it feels supporting, then I promise you it is not from your ego. If it feels heavy, if it feels chastising, if there's an element of shoulda, woulda, coulda to it, that's your ego. Can you change frequency like you change a radio station? Yes, it simply takes intention to change that station. Man, I feel really crappy right now. All right, I want to shift to a different station. That doesn't mean we block it. I don't want you going, I feel crappy. I'm going to ignore it. I would rather you go, I feel really crappy right now. Why do I feel really crappy right now? Well, because I stubbed my toe, because of this car accident, because of this bill, because of this. Okay, I'm going to work on that. But right now, to help work on that, I want to plug into a different frequency. Go open your hope journal. Go find yourself a synchronicity. Remember an event. Put out a prayer. That's what you get to do, Patricia. That will help change your station. We are energetic beings. So the most important thing we can do in energetic beings is watch where we're placing our energy. More important than placing your awareness is where you place your energy. And that can certainly be shifting to a different radio station, which is why we get to be extra careful and precise about what we ingest, particularly over the internet, because it is so easy to trip and fall down a rabbit hole. Heck, I was watching a Netflix, what I thought was going to be a comedy last week. And all of a sudden, there's a Costco guy. I may have mentioned this in another event. A Costco guy getting eaten by an alien. A Costco guy getting eaten by an alien. And at first I'm going, what in the world? And I'm being drawn into the movie. And then I said, wait, what is the frequency here? That doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel good at click. Shift to a different movie, to a different station, to something different. You've got this, Patricia. And it is a practice. Dawn, I would like to know how to feel when I've been numb to all feelings of love my entire life. Will it ever come? It's Dawn. So first off, I feel you. And I'm not saying that because you said feel, but I feel what you're saying. Where I would play is twofold. One, I would play in the world of synchronicities, just like we're doing tonight. I would start your hope journal, and then I would be giving these prayers to your guides, prayers to your angels each and every time you find a synchronicity, and read it and reread it and reread your hope journal. Secondly, get to emotion code, Dr. Bradley Nelson's emotion code. There's so much beautiful clearing that you get to done. You can do it through emotion code. You can do it through past life regression. You can do it through past life regression therapist. But I need you to get some serious clearings done, Dawn. Don't try to do it on your own, at least without any techniques. Let's clear some more. Dr. Bradley Nelson calls it a heart wall. It is a blockage to protect you. When we are feeling numb, it is either because we were molested or abused or in some horrific situation as a child, or had that take place in a previous life. I have a brilliant show tomorrow night with Ainsley. Ainsley, my apologies that your last name is escaping me at the moment, but with a brilliant gentleman talking about how to tell if you're an old soul. And one of the big parts of our discussion for tomorrow, and you're definitely going to want to catch this tomorrow night, is that a lot of the walls that we have, a lot of the woundings that we have here in this life didn't start with us. I also discussed that with Colette Barron-Reed last week. So if you come in with this numbness, Ainsley McLeod, thank you, Aya, thank you, Anne, Ainsley McLeod. If you come in with this numbness or blocks, they can be cleared. And I would highly recommend getting help, or just at least getting the book Emotion Code and starting to clear them on your own. But for me, I'm someone who goes to higher dimensional beings every chance I get. Call in the assistance. See a 111. Thank you for these walls being cleared. Thank you for my finally feeling love. Thank you for my finally feeling love. How does it get any better than this? Thank you, angels, for bringing me love. Thank you, angels, for helping me to feel again. Thank you, Zia Way, for your kind donation. Thank you, Zia Way. Thank you, Zia Way. How does it get any better than this? Love received, love sent right back. Rose's treasure, and thank you again, Dawn. I want to send you so much love. Rose's treasured creations. Hold on, more water. What are some signs from Rose's treasured creations? What are some signs that our angels acknowledge our thoughts of needing hope in certain situations and times? Signs come in the language of the receiver. What is a sign for you is different than a sign for me. So it's signs, symbols, and synchronicities, the 3 S's, and in our dreams, but it is always something that has meaning to us. They like messing with our minds in a positive way. Angels can read your thoughts. Guides can read your thoughts. So if you're thinking about, I don't know, if you're thinking about a yellow pair of glasses and a yellow pair of glasses appears, that's your angels giving you a sign. If you're thinking, well, if only I saw a bright light before me, and all of a sudden it's a bright light, that's a sign. They can get in your mind and create synchronicities. So we believe that higher dimensional beings can't interfere. It's kind of the rule of the universe. They can't interfere unless we ask. There's wiggle room in there. The wiggle room is they can do everything possible to get our attention. The trick is we need to create no thing. We need to create space to allow them to speak to us. So often when somebody comes to me and says, I'm not hearing from anybody, there are no angels, there are no guides, there's no anything, I go, and Rue is cleaning next to me. I'm wondering if I can go quiet when he makes his next cute sound. I go, have you stopped? Or stopped your mind? Or stopped ingesting so much into your mind? Even for just a moment, to hear from your angels. They'll speak to you in whatever language grabs your attention most, as long as you build in just the tiniest bit of space, Rose. PTAC. May I ask the angels why I keep dealing with health issues or some other issues in some or other form? Do they have a message for me? The generic message, I'm kind of staying on the generic rather than channeling for everybody here tonight. The generic message is they love playing with me with this line. Please forgive me. The beatings will continue until morale improves. It's an old twisted joke I read from like the 80s. The beatings will continue until morale improves. What this means is that health issues will continue until we receive a certain message, until we get an idea of what's really going on. It's not like, okay, and that may have sounded terrible. Please forgive me. When we come here, when we embody here on earth, we come here with a soul contract. There are lessons for us to learn. If you're really brave, you may get that soul contract message from health issues. So it may be illness, it may be injury, it may be a hereditary disease. In my case, it's apparently being kissed by multiple vehicles. How does it get any better than this? Do I really need that pain to learn? There's a soul contract that says you are going to be gifted with X, Y, or Z to learn certain lessons. The lessons are very specific to you. So right now, I can only speak from personal experience. Right now, obviously, I got my toe pretty good last night. A lot of blood everywhere. It's kind of a bit much for catching my toe. There are some big changes we get to make in everything that we're doing to help get more books out, to help reach more people. And I have not been brave, I'll put that in quotes, enough to make some of the big changes yet. And so universe is kind of turning the screws on me a little bit more, and a little bit more, saying, are you listening, Michael? And they're saying, you know what you need to do. You just haven't been brave enough to do it. Now, PTAC, I know what I need to do because I've been going into my automatic writing on a daily basis. I would highly recommend that you get a vehicle to communicate with spirit so that you can better hear from spirit on a daily basis. Rather than me as messenger, I want you to learn how to get all the messages in the world. Oftentimes with health issues, there's a message right beneath the surface that we're ignoring. Now, with that said, oftentimes we get totally better. Sometimes we don't. Tends to be an old soul path that you may have some really big learnings you signed up for. Don't get down on yourself. Don't pick on yourself. There are some incredible high-level gifts that you can get out of high-level health challenges. Let's go to a few more questions. Then we're going to dive into a meditations. Angie, is it normal to experience headaches when attuning to a higher octave or frequency? Yes, yes, yes. But, if you feel like it's something medical, get to the doctor, get to the doctor, get to the doctor. But yes, attuning to a higher octave, attuning to a higher frequency can be dizzying, sort of like putting on a new pair of glasses with a stronger prescription and you're going, wee, this does not feel right. Higher octaves and higher frequency can leave you feeling a little bit bewildered. I do a lot of clearing works in our school of mystics. And I always tell people it's like taking a giant gorilla off of your shoulders. And because of that, you're going to feel lighter, but it's going to feel so different that you may actually feel dizzy and spun for a little bit. Best story that I have is I did a clearing on a client many years ago. We did a brilliant clearing, meaning angels, guides, whatever you want to call it, took all this stuff off of her. And then I recommended she get some water, and she walked right into her fridge. Why? She's vibrating up here and wasn't fully grounded or embodied in that higher frequency yet. So this is normal. If I got severe headaches, no matter what's going on, I'm going to go into automatic writing, or at least go quiet and ask Spirit, why am I getting these headaches? Where are they coming from? How are they here to serve me? And most importantly, how can I let them go? With that said, I am watching an ant climbing bravely on my camera. And I'm wondering, the question is, can the ant actually make it inside of the camera? Okay, now he's scurrying away. Very good. I don't want to hurt an ant. I don't want to hurt anything, but also I don't know what happens if an ant gets trapped inside of your camera. All right, new Troy. Is there a way that is to help someone with depression that is too depressed to take your advice? Nature therapy is probably my best choice. Is if someone is too, so first off, hard to give someone advice. It has to be something you want to take. It's sort of like giving somebody a pill who doesn't want to take it. They're not going to take the pill unless you force them to take the pill, and that defeats the point. So new choice. Certainly there's living by example, but there is also helping them get out of their current state or current pattern. In an ideal world, I would take a depressed person and pluck them up and put them down on an island with me or someplace different. Why? Because there's a different energetic pattern. This is all about energy. If I want to instill a new habit, if I want to instill a new brainwave pattern inside of you, I need to get you out of your environment. It's why if somebody goes to rehab for anything, for XYZ, and then you get them a different habit and something instilled, but then you bring them back to the old place, they tend to fall back apart. It's because they're going back into that old energy. But I at least want to get them out of the energy to begin with. Then we can see where to go from there. We need to install new habits by getting them out of their current frequency. So new Troy, where can you take them for an hour? Where can you take them for a day, for a weekend, for a month, for anything to give them an opportunity to experience a new pattern, a new habit, a new frequency? And to me, that involves nature. Paula. I don't know this movie, so I may not be able to help you, Paula. The movie Hope Floats. I need to see this apparently. What do they mean that hope floats? Well, I'm sure there's a meaning to it specific to that movie, but hope is in the air all around us. Hope does float as a frequency, and a rising tide lifts all ships. So Paula, this goes back to New Troy's question as well. A rising tide lifts all ships. As your energy and hope goes up, it helps bring everyone else around you up as well. And I look at the clock. We got time for a question or two more, but it is 10:10, perfect tens. That is telling us we are exactly where we're supposed to be. And Jessica and I, between you and me, we got married on 10-10-10. How does it get any better than this? And that was certainly a number of hope for us. Lisa Joanne DiCarlo. What if you try to no end? The signs are there, but I still don't know what steps I need to take. I was born at 11:11. Oh, how does it get any better than this, Lisa Joanne? Oh, lots of love, Lisa Joanne. Lots of love, lots of love, lots of love. Stop trying so hard. We're hitting a brick wall, Lisa Joanne. What we get to do is step back, listen, pivot. Step back, listen, pivot. Step, listen, pivot. If I'm hitting a brick wall, and I've hit many a brick wall in life, and the ego only wants to continue into the brick walls. Ego loves a brick wall. It just wants to keep hitting the head into it and hitting the head. It's important that we stop trying so hard and instead give it away. So the signs are there that you get to do something, but it may not be in the manner you expect. It may be, as all of my prayers are, for my highest good, the highest good of all, or something even better. This is so important, or something even better, or something even better, means that you may think you get to go this way and all signs are pointing this way, but you actually get to go this way and then maybe that way. So important that we say, is this the direction I'm supposed to go in, or is it simply a marker to draw me forward and guide me a slightly different way? That's exactly what I'm facing right now. I've been hitting some walls this year, which are gifts in disguise to help me to pivot and go a slightly different direction. What steps do you need to take? First off, for myself anyway, I go to my automatic writing, and we've got automaticwriting.com. We've got a class, we've got live class, we've got a whole program. You get yourself in a state where you can communicate with spirit. Next, take one step forward, not every step, and see where it guides you. In fact, to me, it's more important you take an energetic step than a physical step. We need assistance on our team. Do I know where that's coming from? No. Do I need to know? No. Did I reach out? Yes, actually. I've got reaching out to publisher. I've got reaching out for a professional. I've got reaching out for partnerships, reaching out in all these different directions. It's all one step forward in multiple directions to see what bites, like putting out money hooks. Good vegan hooks for good vegan fish, for tofu fish floating in the lake. Sounds terrible, but you get what I'm saying. Let's take, Lisa Joanne, one step forward. Even if that step, especially if that step is starting a hope journal, is being intentional, is putting out prayers, is giving thanks, but one energetic step and seeing what comes of that. Love that you were born at 1111. Anchor that in. That is sacred. Few last questions, then we're going to go into a meditation here. SML. Can our angels and guides hear us when we think our thanks and convo, or do we have to talk it out loud? They can always hear your thoughts. It's more fun. There may be more energy to say it out loud. Singing is even more powerful, but it's whatever works for you at that time. So lots of times Jessica hears me speaking out loud. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. Thank you, angels. Thank you, angels. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. At other times, I'm doing it in my head. At other times, like, thank you. And just moving on. It's all what works for you, but find what feels best. That's what's most important. That's the lesson here tonight. There's a technology of hope, and it is frequency. Lisa, what are some examples of being clairaudient? I have a sense of something or some message coming to my left ear, but I don't know how to fine tune it into something I comprehend. What is the feeling state behind it? Something's coming to my left ear. Does it feel good? Does it feel bad? Does it feel warm? Does it feel cold? Is there an image that I can sense based on what I'm hearing? Is there a message I get? If I put my pen to paper, this is going into automatic writing, is there something that will flow out there? Now, we did have a show just a few weeks ago on clairaudience. I'm definitely going to recommend that with Cindy Dale. Definitely check out our show on clairaudience. But what I want you to do is lean into it. This is an intuitive game, and guess what's coming through. There will be more truth to your guess than you ever could have imagined, Lisa. We have tamped this down. We have tamped down our intuition, because it wasn't safe growing up. And so now I'm encouraging you to play with it. It is safe now to play with it, to open it up, and to see what is there. This will probably be the last question of the evening. Luck screen, true event, Freemason hypnotherapist put me under and I saw a girl laying in the street trying to talk to me. I've had experiences like this before, but not guided like this. What the heck? Or WTF? So every event that you've experienced once in hypnotherapy, you can get back to. Every event that you have seen or heard in your life is simply a frequency, a vibration, a unique frequency and unique vibration. You go to that frequency or vibration, and it is like going into the Akashic records, this giant Library of Congress of the universe, pulling open kind of the old Dewey Decimal System, pulling open a file or a drawer and going to a specific vibratory event. What I want you to do, Lux Green, is I want you in meditation or in automatic writing or intentionally before you go to sleep to intend to go back to this state, to remember the girl, remember her laying in the street trying to talk to you. Put yourself in that experience and see if you can hear what she is trying to say to you. If nothing else, again, automatic writing is an amazing tool for this. And intentionally asking your angels and guides when you go to sleep, help me when I sleep tonight to go back to this experience so that I can hear what she has to share with me, is a very powerful way to go. Rue, did you want up one more time, or are you doing all right? Rue is acting kind of funny. I think he's time for his meditation. But I am going to take one last question. How can one keep hope when you give others hope all day long? How can one reserve hope for themselves? Whew. All right, Faye. First off, rule number 1 in the therapy field: oxygen mask on yourself first. Period. Bar, nothing else. I'm not even saying it right now, which means it's time we get to go into a meditation. So, Faye, I need you to do what replenishes your heart. A. B. I need you to take time in the space, time in the silence. C. I need you to do clearing work after each and every session. So first off, I would do a prayer. I like the prayer G-Spy, which is, thank you, God, for guiding me with your love and light. Thank you, God, for surrounding me with your love and light. Thank you, God, for protecting me with your love and light. Thank you, God, for imbuing me with your love and light. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. GSPI, guiding, surrounding, protecting, imbuing. It can be God. It can be giant cheeseburger. It could be Allah. It could be Buddha. I'm not making light of this. But basically, I want you to envelop yourself in a state or a bubble of love and light before each and every therapy session. And then afterwards, I wish I had my magnet on me. I do not. Afterwards, I want you to take a handy dandy magnet. And there's a clearing statement similar to what I taught in automatic writing last week. Not in automatic writing, in School of Mystics, our Wednesday night class last week. Take a magnet. A cell phone has a magnet in the battery. And after each and every session, or like after an event like this, I want you to go to the angels, go to guides, go to whomever you want. And everybody here tonight, you can do this anytime you meet somebody. You can do this anytime anytime you're in public. You can do this after this. You can do this after you had an experience with an icky person or an icky relative or an icky situation. Clear the energy. Here's how I would do it. So here's what I would do at the end of this evening. Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Sandalphon, Mother Earth, guardian angels, and all angels, guides, and light workers, here for my highest good and the highest good of all. Higher self, higher team, and all angels, guides, and light workers, here for my highest good and the highest good of all. Please help remove any cords, strings, cables, and attachments between me and everyone here this evening, between me and any of my clients, between me and anyone that I have come in contact with. Please help remove these cables, cords, strings, and attachments now and forever. Thank you. Put a hand on your heart. Take your handy dandy magnet. Run it up and over your head. You might yawn. You might feel energy coming out. You might hear happy sounds from your rooster in the distance because he can see energy. You can do this for somebody else too. Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Sandalthon, higher self, higher team, and all angels, God, and light workers here for our highest good and highest good of all. Please help remove any cables, cords, strings, or attachments between Faye and her clients, between Faye and anybody she's working with, between Faye and anybody she's given therapy to, with her permission. Please help remove these cables, cords, blocks, strings, and attachments now and forever. Thank you. You do it just like that. And you will find yourself feeling lighter. We get all these strings and attachments for everyone that we come into contact with. If we do not cut these cable strings and attachments, then these people can mean tremendous good. They can have nothing but love in their hearts to us. But we have now made a kind of a fiber optic connection between us and everybody we're working with. And it can be incredibly draining. So Faye, I want you to practice this. Last question. Let's meditate. To connect with my guides, do I need to meditate a certain amount of time? The longer, relatively, 10 minutes or so, the better. I like to recommend everybody do 10 minutes before automatic writing. However, Leah, if you just have 3 breaths, or if the whole world is going crazy, one breath. That alone will give you the pause between the words to help your guides begin to come through. Right, real. So with that said, I'm going to take a sip of water and let's dive into a brief meditation. And then I promised Rue, as soon as we are done, I'm setting the intention right here. So after I'm done, there's a lot of stuff that I get to take care of before I get to go to sleep. It's my latest night of the week. And Rue tends to fall apart in the morning. Why? Well, he's a rooster. He's connected to sunrise. And if he doesn't get enough sleep, he's a 2-year-old. And so he falls apart like an overtired toddler. So my promise to him is the minute that I am done, he gets to go to sleep. So I'm setting that powerful intention right now. So let me take a sip of water here. And then we'll dive into a meditation. All right. Next time I speak to you, I'll be at our home down by Philadelphia, awaiting our childbirth. Wow. How does it get any better than this? It is going to be, I know I already have daddyhood, but it's going to be getting very interesting here very, very quickly. And I'm so glad you're coming on the journey with me. All right. So let's sit up good and relaxed, maybe feet on the floor if you can. Relatively nice and tall, but I don't want you working too hard at it. And close your eyes. Breathe in through the nose, down to the belly, and out through the nose. In and out. in and out. One more time, in and out. As you continue to breathe in and out, we are going to form a giant amplifier here tonight, an amplifier and a receiver. By imagine that everybody watching this, past, future, or present, we are all here together, all linking hand in hand, forming the most magnificent giant circle. We breathe in together and out together. In together and out together. In and out. Now, as we continue to breathe in and out, almost like a circle, we breathe in maybe to the left, out down to the right, in and up to the left, out down to the right, in and out with this beautiful circle breath. I want you to imagine that we're not just hand in hand, but we are the perimeter around a giant satellite dish. Maybe picture the dish in the movie Contact with Jodie Foster. This giant, or the Dish Network, a giant disc capable of broadcasting and receiving from the heavens. And together, hand in hand, we make the most amazing dish. So you can see the silvery platform before us. You can see the antennas in the middle. And you can see all of us filling this giant circle surrounding this amazing dish. And now, let's call in some assistance. Let's call in angels, or call in guides, or call in whomever is by your side to take a stance or to surround you, to be standing right behind you and put their arms on you as you stand by this dish. And I want you to feel their arms or their wings at your back. Can you feel them there? Can you feel the presence of your angels behind you? Can you feel the presence of guides or higher dimensional beings? And feel their weight against your back and against your arms. As we're calling in assistance here as a group, they are with us, they are surrounding us, and they're here to help us in the amplification process. So now they have one simple request. Can you remember one time, just one time in your life, where you experienced a synchronicity, an unexpected coincidence, a phone call, and you knew who it was before you even picked it up? Any experience at all, at all. Can you go back to that experience? Can you make it real as if it is happening here and now in this moment? Can you feel the experience? Can you imagine you're right back there? And now what they'd like you to do, imagine the experience as if it is happening right here and now. And put out a prayer request. Maybe make it in the form of a gratitude. It doesn't have to be a big request. To generate hope, the smaller requests actually help more than the bigger requests. Why? It's a self-fulfilling, self-feeding prophecy or process. If you give thanks for something small and it comes about, you have more power to give thanks for something bigger and see it come about. And then you have thanks for something bigger. Why does it work this way? Because we get to bypass the thinking, conscious, and subconscious mind, which often stand as blocks between us and energy, or us and the spiritual realm. So you've experienced this synchronicity. You're in this moment. What do you wish to give prayer or give thanks for? My mind has gone two places. Healthy, happy Hannah's heart. And of course, that amazing new lake and mountain home. Two things is fine. What do you wish to give thanks for? What's really cool is you are in such a special, sacred place right now. You're surrounded by the love of everyone in the group. You're surrounded by the love of angels and guides. I feel their wings at my back. And you are plugged into a state of such incredible hope and gratitude. It's a state coupled to a state, coupled to a state of pure intentionality, of pure possibility, and of pure love. Anything isn't just possible in this state, but it is probable and likely to occur. So let's just take one more minute more. Give thanks. Go to gratitude. Repeat your prayer, or repeat it over and over again. As we're coupled to this beautiful field of angels, guides, and everybody here. For myself, thank you for Hannah's healthy, happy heart. Thank you for our new home. Thank you for Hannah's heart. Thank you for our amazing childbirth. And thank you for helping everyone here tonight. I just keep hearing in my head, healthy, happy Hannah heart. Healthy, happy Hannah heart. Healthy, happy, healthy, happy, healthy, happy Hannah heart. I hope you have your own song. And say it out loud, sing it out loud, dance it out loud. Remember, it's a frequency. I wish you love. I wish you happiness. I wish you hope, energy, and for all of your prayers to be answered for your highest good and the highest good of all, or something even better. Truly, how does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? I love you guys so, 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 so much. I want to wish you the most beautiful, beautiful, beautiful evening ahead and week ahead. Tomorrow night, we have Ainsley McLeod going to be talking about how to tell if you're an old soul. Should be a really, really special show. And then Thursday, just escaped me. It is a really special one as well. Wow, wow, wow. I'm waiting to see if my team puts it down. I was in the state when we started the meditation to tell you about who is Thursday. And then my mind just escaped me. So let's see if I can go to my calendar and let you know who it is. So bear with me here. Oh, and a donation just came in from Jay Lizard. How does it get any better than this? So going to my calendar here, everybody. I know Thursday's show is incredibly special. Oh, yes. Ha ha ha. Thursday's show is with Gordon White of Rune Soup. And we are going to teach you how to play with magic, specifically how to create something called a sigil, an energy-laden phrase that creates a specific little drawing or pictorial that you make. Super simple to do that helps create magic in your life. So that is going to be a super fun one on Thursday. Last note, please do take the survey. Let us know who you would like to have on the show. Aya Ann, if you can put down the link one more time, I will put it in the show notes as well. Please do take our survey and let us know who you would like on the show. I'm going to wait till they get that survey up, and then I'm going to let everybody go here because I would love, love, love to hear from you and know who you would like to have on the show. So I see people like Lux Green putting it in the chat. Please click the link. It's only 4 questions. If you fill out 1 question, that's fine. Please click the link and let us know who you would like to see on the show. Love you guys so, so, so much. Here's one last Rue grazing behind me. There we go. Have the most amazing evening ahead. Love you guys. Keep on shining bright. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? I'll see you guys on class on Wednesday. Come join us for the School of Mystics and be well. Keep shining bright. All right, Rue, it's bedtime, my boy. Love you guys.